Hello everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Review. How are you? Today we're talking about a K-drama that dare to transform a corporate universe that might seem dull and stale into a thrilling exploration of power, politics and business. We're talking about JTBC's The Art of Negotiation. If you haven't watched the show, don't worry about it. This review is spoiler free, so just follow me. So let me just introduce you to The Art of Negotiation. First, the premise is quite simple. Joo-no, played by the incredible Je-hoon, is a M&A, so mergers and acquisition expert, specializing in large corporation deals. He is famous for his incredible negotiation skills. The show follows him and his team as they work for Sanin, a huge conglomerate currently facing a crisis. So, The Art of Negotiation explores the mechanisms and the machinations of the corporate world, counting on a superbly written script, a powerhouse of a cast, and very precise directing. The series marks JTBC's very first 2025 drama as one that breaks free from cliché formats and instead offers a business drama through and through with a healthy dose of realism and an extraordinary use of subtext. The Art of Negotiation is not your standard K-drama, but it's a must-watch if you are looking for something a little bit different from usual. So the narrative has a very particular structure. The narrative of The Art of Negotiation is built with several shorter arcs that are organized into pairs of episodes. What I mean is, each arc is given 2 episodes. The first episode works as a setup, while the second episode establishes a resolution. So the characters are presented with a problem in the first episode and they work to solve the problem in the second episode, generally speaking. Which often makes the second episode the most exciting one, because in the second episode we get to see these characters finding different ways, working to find different ways to solve the problem that they are presented with. This structure works very well in this show because it allows the audience to get to know our main characters, and living up to the title of the show, it allows the audience to understand how business negotiations actually work. Going beyond the superficial idea that business deals are just an exchange of the right words, Joo-no and his team prove that reaching a successful deal demands a lot of research, adaptability, emotional intelligence, and ingenuity. Every deal forces the M&A team to look at things from different perspectives, to try to understand the other party, and of course to find an alternative that will satisfy both sides of the table. So The Art of Negotiation takes us behind the scenes of business deals, delivering a well-researched script that portrays its characters preparing, calculating, and often recalculating their next steps. What makes the series effectively relay all this information to a mostly uninformed audience is the creation of a character that plays the part of the viewer. In this case, the intern Choi Jin-soo, played by Cha Gang-yoon, is us, someone who isn't familiar with the universe of mergers and acquisitions and needs guidance. So as Joo-no, lawyer Oh, played by the lovely Kim Dae-myung, and finance manager Kwak, played by An Hyun-ho, teach Jin-soo the ins and outs of their work, we learn alongside him. We get things right, we get things wrong, but most importantly, we grow closer to our protagonists. Throughout the series, Jin-soo goes from being an innocent soul making constant blunders to a much more knowledgeable, much more mature professional. He becomes an essential member of the team, allowing us to feel as if we belong too. So this structure also gives the show a much more dynamic pacing and avoids dragging out storylines, because we know that every conflict is going to be solved within a specific time frame. As each arc unravels, we come to understand that negotiations are indeed an art. Like dancing, it requires its players to know when to step forwards and backwards. Or like drama, they need to know not only what to say, but when and how to say it. So every beat of the narrative is precisely calculated, like a negotiation in and of itself, which allows the series to steadily maintain suspense and reveal information progressively. Now, what brings all these episodes, all these arcs together, is a wider backstory that eventually leads to our final conflict. Joo-no's backstory not only provides the show with context and further depth, but it serves as a thread that connects all these episodes, guiding us towards a finale that can make or break our protagonist. So thanks to all the shorter arcs that came before it, we know who Joo-no and his team are, and we are able to come to our own conclusions, let's say, while we watch the final 2 episodes. I think that episodes 11 and 12 are truly fascinating to watch, as the show completely forgoes expository dialogue and instead opts for flashbacks that they place in between dialogues in the present. The thing with these flashbacks is that these flashbacks introduce us to different perspectives of the same events, which might or might not be real. And that allows us, the audience, to try to guess what really happened in the past before the actual facts are really brought into light, which creates this sort of, let's say, interactive experience as we watch the last 2 episodes and we try to guess who is lying, what exactly happened, what's going on. So it makes for such an engaging watch. The final 2 episodes also clarify the overall theme of the series, which is the quest for the truth. At first, we are led to believe that Joo-no's objective is to exact justice. But then we realize, or we come to realize in the series, that justice is a very utopian concept, especially in business. Money often beats fairness to keep corporations afloat. So as we watch Joo-no work at Sunin, what the script does is establish his character while keeping his objectives hidden until the very end. And this is very important because I think the heart of the art of negotiation lies in the characterization of Joo-no's character. Even though Joo-no is given a very enigmatic characterization, we come to understand that at his core, Joo-no is a stoic, intelligent, and capable professional. That message is delivered loud and clear, not only thanks to Je-hoon's magnificent performance, but also by allowing CFO Ha, played by Jang Hyun-sung, to be an excellent foil character. To put it simply, a foil character is a character who contrasts with the protagonist in order to highlight their qualities. So in the art of negotiation, we are told that CFO Ha and Joo-no both have great negotiation skills. But while CFO Ha is the sort of person who lives and dies by corrupt, greedy, and egotistical principles, Joo-no stands out for his ethical attitude, his unyielding determination, and his willingness to do his job in a way that benefits everyone involved. Or while CFO Ha is portrayed as a person who always wants to control others, Joo-no is always portrayed as a collaborator. I think most importantly, Ha is portrayed as that sort of sycophantic, sly man who spends most of his time and energy buttering other people up. Joo-no, on the other hand, is portrayed as this very respectful, hardworking professional who always fosters an environment at the office and at the negotiation table in which people can grow and achieve their goals. And so we follow as CFO Ha tries to manipulate the truth and establish a reality that benefits only him. Meanwhile, Joo-no works very, very hard to dismantle the facades of his counterparts, discovering what their reality really entails in order to make an offer that they can't refuse. So it's only once we reach episode 12 and we look back at the previous 11 episodes that we understand that Joo-no's objective, time and time again, was to find the truth. Because in a world in which money is much more important than justice, knowing the truth is our best weapon. But what really makes the art of negotiation exceptional is its masterful use of subtext. Every single interaction in the show is composed of several different layers, which are delivered through a perfect combination of script, performance, editing, and composition. What our characters say often isn't what they really mean, which creates tension and nuance, and we are left trying to pick up on micro expressions or trying to guess the characters' real motivations and motives. Much of the characters' personalities is revealed through very small actions that may seem insignificant, but that mean a lot as part of a bigger context. I think besides the scripts, besides the series' incredibly sharp dialogue, these complex interactions also benefit from the presence of these very gray characters. So for example, the Sanin chairman Song, played by the incredible Sung Dong-il. He is the grayest character of them all, to be honest. We struggle to understand what he really wants, what he really needs, or to guess what decision he's going to make next. It's funny because as he interacts with the characters around him, we struggle to understand what game he's actually playing, and his morals are often very, very muddled. So in the art of negotiation, everyone and everything is much, much more than what it seems. And that's what makes the show so engaging, so captivating. So the ending of the art of negotiation reinforces the general theme, the overall theme of the show, while leaving much open for a potential second season. If you haven't watched the show yet, I would say that the art of negotiation offers a satisfying standalone story that you can enjoy with or without any future new episodes, because JTBC hasn't confirmed anything yet, so we're gonna have to wait and see. So if you're looking for an intelligent and compelling portrayal of the politics, the dynamics, and the exploits of the corporate world, I think the art of negotiation might just be what you're looking for. The series counts on a little bit of personal drama just to make its characters a little bit more rounded, a little bit more relatable, but it focuses all its strengths on exploring the complexity of business deals. That's what makes the art of negotiation a bit different from other business dramas like Hot Stove League, for example. Hot Stove League is wonderful. It's one of my favorite shows ever. I love it so much. If you haven't watched Hot Stove League, make sure to watch it. But Hot Stove League had more of, let's say, an emotional way to it. The narrative counted on this more emotional, sentimental side. The art of negotiation, no. The art of negotiation doesn't really have this emotional layer. It's all about the business, really. Thanks to extremely nuanced interactions, very, very sharp dialogue, and remarkable performances, the art of negotiation reminds us that we are all more than what we seem, and that the truth is always our best ally. The art of negotiation is available on View, Vicky, and Cocoa. Quick reminder that this review is also on the Blossom Review, and that on Substack this week you can find our review of Netflix's Drawing Closer. I'll leave all the links in the description. So let me know in the comments if you've watched The Art of Negotiation and what you thought about it. And I really hope you like the video and you subscribe so I can see you here next Thursday for a new review. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely Easter, actually. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you here next week. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.